Welcome back to Lemons and Larkspurs. Today I'm going to actually take you on a tour of my food garden area, and we are Zone 9B, early April, so things are in between. Cool season's just about done and my warm season just went in, but I wanted to give you an idea of how I have it set up and how I am hopefully going to be able to grow enough of the food that we eat on a regular basis, enough to eat fresh and enough to preserve. Now, will I have enough for a full year? Probably not, but I am going to give it one heck of a try. I've decided this year that I'm not going to grow anything that we do not eat regularly. There's a lawnmower going by, so I'm kind of trying to wait for him to finish. I've decided this year not to grow anything that we don't eat on a daily basis. In the past, I have grown broccoli and fun things that maybe we have once in a while, but with a limited space, you really need to focus on growing what you consume. You should probably do that anyways, but it's always fun when the seed packets come out to want to try everything. Decided this year, given the set of circumstances that the world we live in, I want to grow as much as I can to preserve as much as I can. So that means getting a lot of the same thing into a small area. You'll see what I mean. I have a series of 5 4x2 raised beds, a 2x10 raised bed, and a few pots and some of the black grow bags. I want to show you what I have in each one and how I plan on succession sowing different things. So if food gardening is your jam, and I hope that it is, because flowers and food and all of it grows so harmoniously with each other, they kind of feed off of each other, that I think it is such a beautiful thing to have a true potager where you have things all mixed together. So let's go ahead and start this tour. I want to thank you for subscribing. It's been fun to find new people here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's go. Now, my food garden is not beautiful yet. It's getting there. I have so many plans for it, but it wouldn't be complete if I didn't show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, as well as the beautiful and the healthy. So, as I told you before, we did move our rabbits, and we keep rabbits for their rabbit poop. It's really good cold fertilizer, which means you can put it onto your garden right as it basically comes out of the rabbit. But this is the nighttime pens for the rabbits here. We have 2 male rabbits. We've had them for 4 years. We bought them as bunnies pre-sexed. So we didn't really know that we were getting 2 males. It just, thankfully, in a way, is what we got. So during the day, this is their run, and they do spend time together. They have grown up together from bunnies, and when they were young, we had a few incidents, but since they're older, they do fine. But we do allow them the time alone at night, and it's safe from predators here, whereas the little run is not. Bags of mulch. I have not finished my mulching yet. This area definitely needs a better solution as far as aesthetics. It's just kind of my dumping ground, and that's not fair to my husband because this is his space as well. So now we are into the food production. This is a fruiting olive tree. I am in Zone 9B, so an olive tree is definitely doable for me here. It is new this year. It does have a couple of olives on it, which I left just because I want to see what happens with them. This is the series of 5 galvanized planting beds, and they are, you can see, about 20 inches tall, and they are 2x4. In here I have planted a couple of cherry tomatoes here at the front that I will just kind of let spill over. I have a pineapple sage for pollinating, and just because they are gorgeous and smell so incredibly yummy, just like you would think. I did notice, ooh, a tomato blossom. In here, my grandson wanted to grow corn, so I gave him this bed. But I also tucked in green beans and cucumbers, which will grow on this trellis here. And this is that 7-foot rebar. It is, I wouldn't grow pumpkins on it, but it's sturdy enough for a smaller fruit like cucumber. So that is bed number 1. I have still in seedling cups here some bee balm, and I think I stuck just a few little flowers in here for beauty and for the pollinators. This second bush here is actually elderberry. It is the 2nd year for it. I hope I get some flowers this year. I'm really hoping that I can supply my own elderberry needs for syrups and tinctures and stuff like that for medicinal purposes. These series of brown pots are zinnias. So they are planted from seed. So I'm being patient with them. Moving on to bed number 2, I have snap peas growing up the trellis, and all of the beds have this same trellis system, so I won't continue to show it to you. But in here I have snap peas, snow peas, I have radish, and this is my pepper bed. I just posted a video on that. The other thing is, every space that I had free, I planted onion sets at the back of the beds. Never want to waste space. What it's going to mean in a small area like this is that I'm going to have to really keep up on fertilizing, because there's a lot of stuff going on in here. Oh, there's also a few carrots, like I said, and I think that's actually a corn seed that somebody snuck in there. And cucumber. Oop, can you see it? There it is. So there's a lot going on in this one bed. But by the time the peppers get big, the radishes will be gone and the snap peas will be gone. So it all kind of works itself out. You just always have to think a season ahead. This next tree here is a plum tree, and there are plum on it. It's already flowered. Plum are super hard to find because they're so tiny. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can get, do you see? Can you see those little tiny things there? So I'm gonna have a good plum season. This next bed is my Roma tomato bed, and like I said in my last video, I think I am trying to grow things that I can preserve for our family for the next year, and we use a lot of tomato sauce products. So I have 6 Romas in here, and it may be tight. Like I said, the chard will come out. It is cool season. I'm going to keep the kale as long as I can. We'll see how it does, because I have kept them as a perennial before. They just seem to last all year. I have a few pollinators in here, some leftover lettuce. Again, onion starts in the back. So that is this bed. I keep it really well fed, and keep the tomatoes pruned enough so that we keep some airflow in here, and we'll see what we can produce. I'm actually going to keep the number of pounds of tomatoes I get out of it. This is a nectarine, which was so beautiful. while it was flowering. But the flowers are just about done now, and hopefully fruit will be behind. This is a salvia, a beautiful red salvia, kept in here as a pollinator. I actually just stuck it in here last year and it did well, so it's staying. I stuck some Swiss chard in here that I actually moved out of another planter. Behind my fruit trees, I snuck my grow bags. They are useful in a small garden, but I don't think they're very attractive. So hiding them actually behind the trees lets me have the space without the sight. So I planted potatoes in them, and you can see some of the potatoes are doing wonderfully. Some didn't come up at all. And I do believe that's just because we had so much moisture and cold weather for longer than normal. So I am going to dig around, pull the seed potatoes out of there, re-fertilize it, and I think I'm going to put my squash in there. Next bed, obviously, sugar snap peas are totally happy. They're doing well. I was fighting something for them fighting for the peas. Something was eating them when they were lower, but now that they're up high, I can come out and pick them, and they're just truly for snacking. They grow beautifully when it's still cool, so why not put them in? I still have, as you can see, seed bunching onions left to find a place for. This bed here is onions and garlic. Onions are at the back. Some of these are green, some of these are actually bigger onions, red onions. The green onions, bunching onions in the back, scallions, whatever you want to call them, they will stay all year, and I will just cut them, and I'll show you that another time. I'll just cut them and they will come back for me if you just cut the tops off and use the tops. The front here is garlic, and believe it or not, there's about 30 bulbs of garlic in the front here. Again, feed, feed, feed. This is my giant mustard. I keep cutting it, it keeps coming back. Apple tree, I actually have 2 apple trees. I have 2 apple, a nectarine, a plum, and avocado, orange, lime, and lemon. So all in this little area that we're talking about. Lots of apples to come. I'll thin those as they get a little bit bigger. Again, potatoes in the back in grow bags. My last galvanized planter here is my cool season that I'm going to keep going for as long as I can. Celery is perennial. I just literally come and cut off a stalk as I need it. We don't eat that much celery. I use it for cooking, so it works perfectly. Some lettuce left in the front, carrots, a lone broccoli, and again, more onions in the back. Last tree that I have here is my second apple. They're 2 different. One is an Anna, one is a Dorset. They do well with fewer chill hours, which zone 9B we do not get that many. Again, more potatoes in the back. And then I have 2 green stalk grow towers. One has cool season lettuce in it and some herbs. And then I put mint on the bottom because mint is supposed to deter mice and rats and that kind of stuff. And oregano, because the same thing, the smell is not appetizing to rodents. This one is my strawberry tower. Still have a few holes. I was waiting to see if the old plants came back. I don't think they're going to at this point, but I have more kale, romaine, marjoram just has been going crazy since last year. Funny story, this is actually, what is it? The one that tastes peppery. I can't think of the name, but we don't like it, so the rabbits have been getting it. More lettuce, a little bit more chard, cilantro, and I believe in here there is some chamomile I started from seed. So those are my grow towers. Okay, I backed up to the back to do the other side. This is, like I said, the rabbit cages here. Firewood. This old cook stove was left here by the previous owner. I have our lemon tree. And in here, these are 5-gallon buckets. I have more potatoes, which is why I'm not really that upset about the potatoes that didn't come up in the other grow bags, because I can always use the garden space. Okay, so we have the lemon tree, eggplant, which overwintered from last year, and I do see a blossom in there. Another tomato plant. This is a slicer. And our lime tree. Another tomato, another slicer. And then this is our orange tree. And then I have my potting benches, which I will share with you another time. Seating area, because you have to be able to enjoy your garden. And that needs to be cutified. It will be. Some beauty. Always has to be beauty in every space of the garden. And then this is my avocado tree. It's just leafing out. Hopefully a new year. Maybe we'll even get some fruit this year. It takes about 3 years to get fruit from an avocado tree, and that one's only been in a couple. Again, cutting garden, which is about to explode. I do see some poppies back there, but I will share that with you probably next week. I'm just putting in some warm season seeds. And then my last area for food is this bed here, and it is 20 by 2 or so. And in here I have slicing tomatoes. I have green beans. Obviously, all the way around I have onions. Strawberries. There's a few salvias in here for pollination, and just because they're beautiful, the hummingbirds love them. That is catnip. As soon as it warms up a little bit more, I will put basil in here. And I have some sunflowers coming up, and I see more flowers on this tomato plant. And I think that's it for my food garden. So again, doesn't take a tremendous amount of space to grow food for your family. Will you supplement all their food needs? No, you won't. But you can supplement. You can supplement. And in here, I should tell you, I thought I was done. I have rosemary and let's see, sage. Oh, you know what? I do have a little bit more. I have a pot full of herbs here. I have bee balm. As you can see, sage. There's thyme in there, and I think there might even be a little bit of parsley that came back, and chamomile. Another little strawberry pot. Plenty of lavender, and then over here in the front of the cutting bed, more herbs. Sage and oregano. I think I have some thyme in here. And then more lavender. All tucked in a small but beautiful space. I hope you're inspired. I hope even if you just plant a couple of pots of herbs or a tomato plant, something, add food to your garden. You will not regret it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you for stopping by. If you have not already subscribed, I would love to have you do that. And I will see you in the next video.